on JJ Drones.
Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go.
Okay guys, so we're back in the house and I've got the drone here, and I just wanted to show you that the crash outside wasn't all that bad. I don't see any major scratches or anything on the drone. There is one little scuff here. There we go. So we've got a little bit of a scuff on the arm of the drone. Looking right here on the drone itself, it's hard to see any sort of cracks or scuffs or any sort of damage done to it. It does look like it's able to fly again, so that's not going to be a huge deal. Let me actually show you the propellers. Okay, that propeller right there is going to be shot. You see where it's cracked on that one side of the blade, so that one is done. And then on this propeller right here, that propeller right there, you can see that the shoe on the base of that one just completely ripped off. It was actually stuck in the drone motor and I had to get a pair of tweezers and pull it out. But other than that, this one would have been fine. However, with that shoe missing, it's unusable, so that one's garbage as well. This blade here has got the crack right there, and that blade there has got, and then this is the other half of the same blade, and that blade is just completely shot. So these are unusable, so these are going to go in the trash. But I just wanted to keep them long enough so that I could show you what happened out there. The drone is fine, propellers are not. Propellers are easy to purchase. In fact, I went online and I already purchased a new set of propellers for the drone. So those will be coming in shortly. And because I had the fly market, I already had a bunch of propellers to replace them with. So we're good to go there. We got really lucky being in sport mode and not having any sensors on. I did happen to let go of the sticks. So if you thought, well, just let go of the sticks, I did, just not soon enough. And you have to be aware of that when you do fly in sport mode. It takes a lot of time for that drone to stop when it's doing 45 miles an hour in the air. There's nothing to stop it. There's no friction, there's no anything. It's just in the air, and the only thing that it has is the internal braking system on the drone. So just be aware of that when you're flying in sport mode. I should have been a little bit more cautious, not flying so low to the ground, but again, I was trying to illustrate to you guys the fact that the obstacle avoidance doesn't work, and that's why I had to move away from the path of the drone. And by showing that the obstacle avoidance doesn't work as far as hitting me, the propellers hit the fence. So another lesson learned here on the JJ Drones channel. First flight and we're already screwing things up. So we're going to start over again from the truck. We're still flying as stable as we did before. And we've got all new propellers on there. We're going to go into the menu and we're going to go into Master Shots. Now what Master Shots does, as you can see, is going to do a combination of a whole bunch of different shots. And we just need a subject. And we're going to use the soccer net. So all you have to do now that you're in Master Shots, highlight the subject. Now you have an option where you can change how far you're going to do it, and we're going to go small on all of them. Okay, and then we're going to hit start. And you just let the drone do its thing. Now the master shots are complete. Now this is very easy to learn. I'm not doing this with the controls. I'm actually doing this, or I'm not using any sort of special trick that the drone has. I'm doing this all by hand. We're gonna go to quick shots. Now the master shots is pretty much just a compilation of all of the quick shots. So I'm gonna bring the gimbal down. And now you see there's a plus button. If you hit that plus button, because it knows that you're a person, that's all you have to do. And you can adjust the distance of your droney. And we're gonna do 200 feet. We're gonna hit start. And then it's going to go ahead and shoot our droney. Obstacle avoidance is always on the master shots, but you still want to be careful. You just never know what the drone is and is not going to see. So that one is done. It's coming back to its original location. It definitely doesn't like the snow. All right, so now we did droney, rocket, and that is going to go up 80 feet in the air. It's just going to go straight up. Now again, these are all shots that you can learn to do yourself. It just takes some time and some practice. But until you perfect it yourself, the drone will do the work for you. Now these can only be shot at 4K. This drone is capable of shooting 5.1K 50 frames per second. All of these are going to be shot at 4K 60 frames per second, which is better than all of the other drones because the best that they could do was 1080p. Now we're going to do a circle. Again, you can do a circle this way if you want, and you can choose what way you're going to go. We're going to go that way. Now you can do this, but it's only going to make one loop. So, and it's doing the same thing that I did before, only I was just using the controller sticks. And you could also use point of interest, and point of interest is going to be a continuous circle. This is just going to give you one. And now we're going to go to helix. And helix is kind of a fun little circle. Again, we're going to start. Okay. Now every time that you do a quick shot, you have to wait for it to come back to its original spot. And we're still doing good on the battery because it's at 83%. It says we have 37 minutes and 20 seconds left to shoot. So we're gonna go boomerang. And a boomerang kind of goes in an oval versus a circle. Kind of goes up and around at an oval, kind of like a boomerang does. It's very similar to the helix. You don't have to wait for long for it to go to its original location because it's already there. Panorama, and everybody knows what a panorama is, I would hope. But we're just going to take a quick panorama shot. It's going to do a whole bunch of different shots, and then it's going to tie all those shots together and make one big long panoramic picture. And once that's done, I'm going to post the picture right here. We're going to discuss waypoints. Now, so we have to get out of here. Go back to video. Now, waypoints is fun. Because if you just want to do shots and you want the drone to do the work, we're going to start over here at the ice rink. And we're going to put down the gimbal. We're going to mask the waypoints. Now, all you have to do is hit the C1 button. And I just added a waypoint. So now I want the drone to come over here. I'm gonna set another one. I want the gimbal to go up. Set another one. Now I want it to come down.
then fly to me. I want it to be right here. Okay. Add a waypoint. Now you can go into every single one of these waypoints and tell you what you want it to do. Camera action, we want it to do stop recording when it gets to here. Okay? When we get to waypoint number 1, we want it to start recording. Now we want the speed. Let's do 12 and a half for the global speed. End of flight, we can just say hover. Signal loss, we'll have it return to home, and we want it to go to waypoint 1 to start. So we're gonna hit go. Now it's going to go to our first spot. I'm not doing anything. I'm not touching the sticks. It's just gonna fly over there. It's at the first waypoint. It's gonna turn around. Okay, I want it to start recording. Okay, I didn't like the fact that I brought it so close to me. But you get the general idea. Now the one test that we haven't done yet is the vehicle tracking. We're looking good. Now if you look on the screen, it's got a little car underneath it. That means that it is following a vehicle. Now we're going to start in the front because that is something that we haven't normally done. Okay. Well, maybe it's gonna do it when I move, because it is not doing it right now when I'm parked. So let's see what happens. Okay, the front. Nope. Let's go to the right. Okay, so it's following me from behind. There we go. Now it's moving. Well, it does really well from behind. It does well from behind, does well from the side, but not so well on other areas. got the side view. See if I can get in the front.
Into the black hole. Sing for my soul. Through the black hole. To make myself whole again. I'm getting all alone.
I've got one other thing to show you as far as maybe an upgrade that you may want for your controller, because I do not like the control sticks that come stock on the DJI RC, and I've got something coming from Amazon, and I'm going to show you what it is. So we've got the controller here, and on the back of the controller you can see there's two joysticks, or controller sticks, whatever you want to call them. And these controller sticks, if you look how small those are, and when you put them on the controller, I am a pincher. There's two rules of thumb as far as controlling a drone. There's people that just use their thumbs, which these are perfect for. If you just use your thumbs, you can easily control the drone without touching the screen. But when I control the drone, I use both my finger and my thumb, and this is called a pincher. So when I control the drone, my fingers actually touch the screen, and that causes a bunch of problems while you're trying to fly your drone. Now, what I did order through Amazon were these adjustable control sticks. Now, if you can see this here, I can actually loosen up the bottom and then slide the, or spin the top, and then I can make this tighten up with the top one. And when it does that, oops, when it does that, you get longer control sticks. Now, I'm going to take one of these off, and this is what came with the drone. Look at the difference in size between those two. Now look at how much longer those are. There shouldn't be a chance. Yeah, there's absolutely zero chance of me hitting the screen now with these control sticks. This is going to be a game changer for using this remote control. If I did have to have any sort of complaints about the Mavic 3 and the controller, the control sticks are pretty much my only complaint that I do have, which is not very much of a complaint at all, considering that, you know, a lot of drones out there, you have a lot to complain about. But and then the other complaint that I have is about the vehicle tracking, because with the vehicle tracking, it didn't really do as well as I had hoped. One of the things that I could try is do it in sport mode on a different day when the weather is nicer, and see if that makes any difference. But as far as just my initial testing, that would be my other complaint. So that's it, folks. That's our first flight review of the Mavic 3 Classic. I see a lot of potential with this drone, and I'm going to do a lot more flying with it. I've kind of gotten away from flying a little bit because I've been doing a lot of my trucker vlogs, and the trucker vlogs are an absolutely great way for you guys get to know what I do on a day-to-day basis, and I like to incorporate drone footage in those videos as much as I possibly can. And this drone here is fantastic. I really enjoy flying it. I haven't been able to fly it as much as I'd like to, but that's just because of time constraints doing a whole bunch of other stuff. And so I really need to make more time to do more drone footage. Now, I still have the Mavic 2 Pro and I still have the Mavic Air 2. Those are both also great drones, but I don't think that it really touches the camera quality on this, because this will actually shoot 5.1K And the best those other two drones can do is 4K. Now, when you're actually doing video for YouTube, you can't get anything better than 4K. But when I look on it, when I look at the footage on my laptop, I mean, it's far and away much, much better. I'm going to probably do a lot more filming in 4K with this, but I've really been enjoying the 5.1K at 50 frames per second. So if you've enjoyed the footage and you've enjoyed this review, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can be notified the next time I upload one of my drone videos or even my trucking vlogs to YouTube. There's going to be some pictures that I've taken, and you saw that while I was doing the review, and I'm going to post those up on my Facebook and my Instagram pages, JJ Drones 360. These controller sticks are really going to be a game changer for flying this drone, and I really can't wait to put these on and take it on a nicer day when I'm going to be able to go outside and actually do some amazing flying with that drone. But we're going to have to save that for another day. But I appreciate you all for coming along for this ride with me, and we'll see you later on down the road. Bye, guys.
A little crazy for you now, baby.